it's time to talk about things again.
Yes.
So we're going to talk a little bit about, we've done a lot, because if you think about it, video games are based on real life and RPGs. It's sort of like role playing. You're playing the role of something that's like in, whether it's in a fantasy land or doing business role playing. Ultimately, role playing games are based on real life. So life is kind of like an RPG. You have to make your own decisions. What you choose may or may not go well sometimes, and then you have another decision to make next, and it never ends until it just, yeah, there you go. Decisions. So one thing that we've really been focusing on lately is trying to make better decisions for ourselves, because one thing that we didn't really like is, I mean, trying to find a lifestyle that you're happy with. How do you feel about that? Like what didn't you like?
It can take a long time to build the perfect life, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of it starts, there's always something that like kicks it off. And I think for both of us, in a lot of ways, it was just like working in environments with sort of the wrong people. You might have like the perfect company or like the perfect place, and it's just like, oh, no matter what, there might be that one person who is either like a little bit sexist and doesn't realize it, or a little bit, in your case, like racist and doesn't realize it, and just it can make the whole thing like be terrible.
Yeah, and especially if you're like neurodivergent, or if you're anything that's off of like a standard bell curve and you don't fit in. Like when everyone else is almost the same, and then you're the one who, like, the further you are away from being like where you belong in the room, then all you have to offer are like your skills. And if you're really good, then people will keep you. But if you're otherwise, like, people who at least fit into the crowd don't necessarily have to even be really good. But I think one thing that I want to emphasize here is, if you're working at a company, it takes 1 in 100 people to make it frustrating to work with a group.
That's right. Just one person is all it takes to make it really difficult.
Like, if there's one person making your life like terrible every single day, just like one, like, you could just sit there and just be like, okay, I gotta go. I'm gonna do this again. You're like, okay, get all amped up and ready to do it. And then you're like, okay, here we go. And you go back into the office, and it's the same thing as yesterday, and the same thing as the day before yesterday, and then you have to prepare every single time. You're like, I'm gonna have to deal with this person. And then maybe no one in the office likes that person, or maybe everyone else in the office likes that person, or maybe you're the one person that no one in the office likes. Who knows? But nonetheless, it's when you don't when you have the ability to choose to just remove that from your life, and you can just be like, so I can choose
the life you
who
want.
who I work with, where I want to work, and be more intentional. Like, all of a sudden, like, that's brings some interesting life choices, doesn't it?
Yeah, and once you can start making those choices for yourself, choosing your own adventure, as we like to say, in the RPG of life.
The RPG of life.
Then you can really start living the life of your dreams and being the person that you've always dreamed of being, and it's an exciting thing.
Yeah, I mean, and really, a lot of what drove us to do a lot of what we do is just wanting to be able to have more control over our own days.
Absolutely.
And I mean, really, it's like, I see who I want to see. When I, like, if I'm tired, I can sleep. If I want to sleep in one day because I stayed up working late, I don't have to be like, oh my gosh, I worked till 1 a.m. and I gotta like crawl out of bed at like
to
5.
be back on your computer by 8 a.m. or something. Yeah.
Anyways.
You can go to lunch with friends if we want to.
Oh, man.
So nice.
It's like it's amazing, and you can support your family members if they need you for something, and it's like not the end of the world. And there are jobs, I've had jobs that were nice too, but if you don't find that specific fit that you really enjoyed or whatever, you can recreate like your own system. So a good job that you had once upon a time and you missed that job and you haven't had that job ever since, you can revive the things you liked about what you loved
Absolutely.
about all of your favorite parts across history, and you can sort of build your own system. And so what we've done to also make that easier for you is something you can do for free. Actually, we're going to keep this free because this is part of the DevSecOps Dojo, which is free. You can come to the DevSecOps Dojo and talk to us anytime. We're always
right.
there. um, and if you talk to us, you'll notice that we're chatting and stuff. Come ask
We're there.
questions.
That's us.
We're there. We're always there. It's free. It's been
free.
free. It's been around since 2020. Remember. So it's nothing new, but we're fancier now. The DevSecOps Dojo now has the free to play RPG of Life incubator where you are your own player. So you created your own player by being yourself. Amazing. But really, we're at the point where we've learned how to like build systems that make us happy, and so for us, that's kind of like, oh, well, now we're just trying to get better at that. Like, well, we're going to just build our own systems. So we've built something to make it easier for other people to build your systems.
Yeah, so we're also here to like help share those systems and like help other people learn those systems so that you can take control over your life like we've done.
Yeah, and so that's something that's like optional, but we also have these channels, so we're going to keep making videos like this. So whether you're just don't want to sign up for anything and you just want to like follow along on YouTube, you can see what's going on and learn from us. We're not stopping anytime soon. You can go and talk to us. So that's if you want to talk to us. Now, if you don't need to talk to us, or you want to just like go and get what you get from the playlist we make, yeah, I mean, whatever. Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, absolutely.
You decide. Don't let us decide for you.
Yeah, if you're
right.
one of those people who likes to just lurk too in the background, you can do that. You don't have to talk to us ever. You can just get into the program and start working through it on your own.
That's right.
If you want to be a part of, a big group of people, then we also offer that as well. So come on and get involved.
Be a lone wolf or build with the crowd. And if you come to the DevSecOps Dojo, one thing that we do is we're starting new projects all the time. What's the new hot thing in the DevSecOps Dojo these days? So let's ask ourselves the question before we get off here in a bit. But what is hot in the dojo these days?
Yes.
Well, one thing I'm going to just say at a very high level is we just, as a dojo, we closed a huge partnership that I'm not going to announce just yet. We closed a huge partnership to around zero trust. If you come in the dojo, you can find out, but we also have to. You can follow your suspicions, but we'll make an official announcement soon. We have some stuff to do. So we have some partnerships going on. We're also partnered with GitLab, so if you want to be able to work with GitLab and things like that.
Yes, we are an official GitLab partner.
We are partnered with GitLab. So GitLab has a community edition as well, and the community edition is free forever, and so we are part of that community ecosystem. So if you like things to be free forever, or if you want to pay, you decide. That's what we're all about. That's your decision. We're not about to make that decision for you, or that's not our brand.
Whatever path you choose, we support you. We are here to help.
Yeah, and so the number one project is we are building orbital technologies, satellite and low Earth orbit. Leo. Technology is what's happening right now with zero trust technologies, doing things like reducing attack surfaces or whatever. Different people have different things. I'm not necessarily the security person these days, but I also have like 20 years of a history in security things, so
It's
always going to be.
Get away from completely.
I'll probably just always have security in my bones. It's just there. So DevSecOps, everyone. So no wonder we are a DevSecOps company, is because that's
right.
what I started as a security person, gone developer, I guess.
It's just baked into everything we do now.
Yeah, and so if you want to start your own adventure, your own journey, your own business experience, we encourage you to do so. And you don't need us, but this is also some stuff that's going on with the DevSecOps Dojo. But I guess the moral of the story is Finding the right people changes your life. That's all I'm going to say. So if you don't know uh, if life could be better, meeting the right people will change your life. So really just finding belonging. So find your people, find your passion, and we appreciate you.
Thanks everyone for joining us, and go check out the RPG of Life Incubator.
Check it out.
See you next time.